So we have two different types of trim basically throughout the whole house. In this back part where the kitchen and our den is, it's kind of farmhouse. So it's just flat, and around the base boards, it's just flat. It's kind of got a routed edge, and then there's supposed to be crown molding. It's going back in. It's all ripped out now. But basically just farmhouse trim, flat, easy. I mean, I could put it in and do it myself. And then throughout the rest of the house, there's the original kind of casings for the windows and the doors. And you can kind of see it's this little, it's about 4.5 inches wide. And it's kind of got a little triple bevel, I guess. It's kind of indented. I've not found it anywhere. It's definitely not a stock item. And I've even gone to a custom trim shop that would stock something like this, and they say they've never seen it before either. And it's in the bedrooms, so like our bedroom looks like a crack house right now, but all the doors and windows in this room are cased just like that. And then there's several rooms in our house that for some reason they changed the trim. And this is in the dining room. So they've put in this kind of fluted casing with these little round circles, and they did that in this room. They did it in the living room. Some of the bedrooms upstairs have this in it. And what I'm trying to do is I'm going to pull that off and replace it with that original trim. So I found a trim guy here local, and I've already met with him, and we've talked about kind of what we need ordered. And when I was up in the attic, I found a piece of trim. This looks like it was probably at the top of a door frame somewhere. It's the only one I found. But what I'm going to do, today's project is, I'm going to strip the paint off this so that I can get it taken to a trim shop. I'm going to get a custom blade built to match this, and then I'm going to order the trim I need. So it's kind of an extravagant item. I think they said it's going to cost $500 to get the custom blade built, and then that'll be whatever the trim costs to get built. I mean, it's weird. This is old wood. I mean, it's 130 years old. It looks like it's walnut. I'm obviously not going to have walnut trim made because we're going to paint it. But today I'm going to try to get it cleaned off so I can take it to the trim shop and get that project moving. So I've seen about this. It's water soluble, I think. And I'm just going to slather some of this on, let it sit for 30 minutes, then I'm going to scrape it off. I've got my little scraper. I'm going to wear gloves while I do it, and I'm just going to paint it on, let it sit, and scrape it off. And try to get as much of this off as I can. I'm not even going to do the whole board. I'm just going to do part of it, just enough for them to be able to build the cutter, the blade. All right, we got a little cracked paint. Not as much as I'd like, but it's dried. Let's scrape it off and see. So I've just got a plastic bag down here below. Just to catch the excess. I mean, it did pretty good. It got like the first layer off, so I may do one more little coat real quick. But I need to get to the place by 4, and honestly, this is really enough. But I'll just scrape the rest. All right, round 2, a lot more crinkling. So I think that's going to get the rest of it off, or get it close enough. So let's scrape that off now. So you can kind of see wood. We're getting down to wood there. I didn't get it all out, but it's a lot better than it was. So this is multiple layers. There's probably still 2 layers of paint on there. But that's about 6 inches. They can get something cut out of that, I think. that should be pretty good. Jake just went to pick up the trim and dropped it off. So now we've got 16 feet of custom trim. You can kind of see the reveal. It looks pretty good. They did a good job on it. It looks pretty darn close to what we've already got. I think he's going to come tomorrow and start the install. So no more ribbed trim that does not match the house. Now it's going to be old, historic, and custom to match all the other trim that's in the house. Why would you take out good trim and replace it with that? So this room's done painting, but we're pulling the trim to redo it. So he's pulled it around the windows, and he did this other room as well. There's a lot more trim in here because there's 3 windows, a door, there's 4 doors. So this one's got a lot going on in it. And then when we pulled it, one thing, we'd already done the floors, and they were sanded pretty heavily, so we're having to put these back, which is not really what we want, but it's probably the best way to do it. Otherwise, you'll have that. That's about a 1.5 inch, 2 inch gap because the floor is so freaking crooked. The custom trim project is also done. So in this room, it had kind of that old fluted mess around all the door casings. So we had all that replaced. And it looks much nicer. And then also in this front room up here, same thing. Had fluted, and it just looks tons better and matches the rest of the house. So all the door trim up here got replaced and the window casings. And then the window trim and the door trim in this room got replaced as well. And in the dining room, they got everything that was being painted, they got painted. The dining room has been done as well, but it did not get painted because they were not painting that room. So that'll be another phase. But you can see it came in. It was very nice. They got it custom made for us. And it matches the rest of the old trim in the old house. Much better. And then I got him to swap out this door. There was a louvered door there, and he just swapped it out with a door that I stole out of another room that we're not going to need.